using Poppy for doing all this shit. Let's hear it for you guys. Let's hear it for you. Coming out at night? On a weeknight? Right? Is anyone here from like Warwick or north of Warwick? Anybody?
Yeah.
You are? But you work here. Okay. Nobody else? Because I was just wondering. I mean, I know it's a long ride. You went past the tower. Shit. Wondered if you guys had a room. If you needed a place to stay. Because otherwise you'd be useless tomorrow if you're driving all the way back there. I know we're from Warwick. We're going to be so tired tomorrow. Just Johnny. So let me tell you a little about myself. My name's Karen. I am a 61-year-old, half Irish, half Italian, lifelong Rhode Islander, married lesbian, 4 grandchildren, and 2 rescue dogs. I just tell you that stuff because I know some people might still be offended by the fact that I'm half Irish and half Italian. I know, I get it. But anyway, as I said, I'm 61, which means I'm getting older. I start like reflecting on life. I start, you go through the gamut of emotions, you laugh, you cry. That's bullshit. What I've been thinking of though is stuff we have now that we didn't have when I was growing up. Like bottled water. Right? Does anyone else remember when water wasn't in the bottle? Yeah. Remember you used to get it out of the sink? Right? You go over to the sink, you turn on the faucet, you let it run for a while so it gets nice and cold. And just have a glass of water, drink it, you're all set. Right? And did anyone ever leave their house with a glass of water to go anywhere? I don't remember it. Right? People just get in the car and drive away and not have the water. Can we go 4 feet without a bottle of water right now? Nobody can go 4 feet without a bottle of water. Like if you're in a parking lot, walking into a store or something, look at people's cars. Everyone has a bottle of water in their cup holder. We can't go anywhere. When did we get so parched? How do we not dehydrate? I don't get it. Nobody ever left with water. And you know what else they have now they didn't have when I was a kid? Car seats. They didn't have car seats. There's 3 in the car in the back seat. You might have enough seat belts, you might not. Depends on what car, how many kids are back there. Right? They didn't care. There's 3 in the back seat. If there was a baby involved, they always handed it off to the passenger. Hold the baby. Off you went. Now they have the car seats, and the car seats go on forever. Do you guys have any grandkids or anything, or children, or know any? They start as that infant car seat, which serves like multi-purposes. It's like, okay, they're in the car, but then you can use it as a carrier. Then you can bring it inside, you can sleep in it, right? And they stay in that for a while, then they get into the toddler car seat, more of a seat, you don't take that one out of the car. Then they go into like the preschool car seat. Then they go into the school age car seat. Then they go into the like preteen car seat. And they're in car seats till like 12 years old. And I think to myself, in 4 more years they can be driving that car, but they're still strapped in the back. It's good. Another thing they have now are the baby shades. We didn't even have air conditioners in cars when we were kids. They just slap us on that like vinyl seat, piping hot, just get in there. Now it's not cool enough for the air conditioner, we have to have baby shades. And the movies, how about the movies in the cars? Right, drop down the screen, what do you want to watch, honey? My brother and I drove back and forth to Florida with a pad and we shared a box of crayons. These kids, they go to the supermarket, they're watching a movie. But it's all good, it's good. Simpler times, I guess. I wish I had them back because everything's so stressful now. It seems like that way to me. Like the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday gig, so stressful. And it starts on the commute because I have that 95 commute. That's wonderful, right? Do you see the lunatics on the road these days? There's so many different crazy people. Like you have the selfies. They drive by you 60 miles an hour taking the selfies. I never thought to take one on the highway, but they love it. You have the breakfast person. I mean, I could see having a bite of a bagel, but they're cutting up pancakes on the dashboard, driving it. You have the mascara girl, right? The mirror's down. When I used to wear makeup, I couldn't do that in the mirror in the bathroom. She's doing it on the highway going 60. And then you have the people that listen to those map things like Waze and all that stuff. And they'll tell you, oh, there's traffic ahead, so they give you a new route. So they'll be like, all right, in 25 feet, get off exit 11. These people went right across from the high-speed lane to the exit, right? You see them all, 25 feet, you gotta get there. And they don't use a blanket if they don't have time. They only got 25 feet, it's insane out there. And there's no way you're not going to have at least an accident or two a week. And when you have the accident or two, right, your commute comes, it's an hour now, right? And you're just sitting in the traffic, no one's moving. And I look around, I see everyone on their phones. And I'm like, what are they doing? They're probably calling their place of employment to say they're going to be late. I'm like, I never do that. And do you know why? To me, that insults my coworkers' intelligence. Right? They're in the office is open, I'm not at my desk. Do they think I quit? Like, that's so weird. She walked out with us last night and she said, have a good night, see you tomorrow. They probably figured out I'm in traffic, I'm doing that. And then you get there, you're all stressed out already, right? You walk in, you have that one supervisor who just kind of looks at me. Karen, this is the third time this week you're late. Do you know what that means? And I'm like, it's Wednesday? Maybe. Luckily, she's retired and I don't have to deal with that. But my other bosses, he's still a little too intense. It's like everything's got to be so like, and I'm like, just let's relax a little bit. I didn't walk through the trauma ward on the way to my desk. I think we can put it in perspective here, we'll be okay. So what I did is I came up with this idea of adult recess. So on Fridays, we go out into the parking lot, we run around the lot, we just run behind the building, chase the boss, it's called. Chase the boss. We have 15 minutes to catch him. Run through the building, out of the building, around the parking lot. We're gonna get you, Ron, gonna catch you. And if we catch him, we get an extra day of vacation, which means I'm off tomorrow because I'm great at this game. It's good. But my wife and I really want to retire. Right now our only plan is to win Powerball, and I'll tell you that's not really going well. So we gotta stick with the 9-to-5 gig because we also like to eat. And things are so expensive these days now, right? Everyone knows how expensive everything is. Like, I'm not talking about a vacation home or a boat or anything like that. I'm talking about soda. Does anyone remember when you used to be able to buy soda and you weren't wealthy? I mean, I used to drink a can a day at lunchtime. Like a big shot, just a can of Coke. And now it's like $11 a 6-pack. So those days are gone. I buy that little 16.9 ounce bottle, but I treat it like it's a 2-liter. Right? I open it up on one day, pour a little bit, seal it up tight, so it's nice and fresh. Every day, pour a little bit, that's how I do it. And when we want to impress people, we have them over and we buy potato chips. Cape Cod potato chips. How much those bad boys go for? We have them leaving the house. Wow, Karen and Beverly are doing well, huh? So I have to stick with the 9-to-5 gig for a bit until we solid up our retirement plan. So we try to figure out ways to relieve the stress of everyday life, which, you know, we tried that adult coloring. Does anyone else try that? Yeah. Don't do it, it's very stressful. It's very, very stressful. You gotta do the right colors, you gotta stay in the lines. It takes forever to color one page. One page takes forever. I suggested to my wife we take them to the restaurant if we go out to eat. We come out after we place our order like the kids do. Color while we're waiting. People look at us like we're strange. I'm like, we get bored too. So we don't do that anymore. Now it's board games. We went back to our old standby Lifetime movies. We watch those. We're addicted to those. You don't need a brain cell to watch them. They're incredible. We love them. And the thing we get from Lifetime too is the Colonial Penn life insurance commercials. Jonathan, $9.95, never increase, your value never goes down. We were like a little skeptical at first, but then we saw like, you know, the wife that puts out the spread, and everyone says, oh, what a beautiful spread you put out. Couldn't have done it without Wow's Colonial Penn. So then we have the other woman runs to the mailbox, the neighbor comes over, so sorry about your mom. Look, mom's check's here. And then we thought, no, it can't be true, no medical, until we saw the woman, the elderly woman in the hospital, hooked up to all kinds of machines. Daughter runs in, Mom, we were so worried. Why? I just got Colonial Life Penn. I'm like, if she can sign up in a rescue on the way to the hospital, it's legit. So the wife and I, we signed up. I wanted her to be able to put out a spread. I wanted her to have a check in the morning. So we started our initial paperwork. So I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta get home and finish it by midnight. Sign up for have the policy. But before I go, just wanted to tell you guys to always play nice, always stand together for equality and against discrimination, and call Jonathan, it's legit as shit.